Okay, having looked at what are the photosynthetic pigments, right? Now we will look at their absorption spectrum. All right. So the absorption spectrum, right, is a graph showing the amount of light that can be absorbed by a particular pigment at different wavelengths of light. So the x-axis is the different wavelengths of the visible light, and the graph y-axis will show the efficiency of absorption. So that's the absorption spectrum, and there is a graph for each of the type of photosynthetic pigments. The action spectrum is different. It is going to be a graph that shows the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, so you have the picture of the absorption spectrum and the action spectrum together, one on top of the other. So if you compare, right, the two spectra, the absorption spectrum and the action spectrum, you see a lot of similarities, right? The highest efficiency of absorption, right, happens with the wavelengths that is in the range of 400 plus to about 500, which corresponds to the violet blue color, as well as the 600 plus close to 700 region that corresponds to the red color. Right, so this is in line, right, with what we have learned before, right, with the photosynthetic pigments that chlorophylls, right, absorbs both the violet blue and red, and then the carotenoids mostly the violet blue. If you compare that to the action spectrum, right, you see that the highest rate of photosynthesis also occurs in the similar range of wavelengths. So that's the similarity, because, right, the light absorbed by the photosynthetic pigments indeed is the light that drives photosynthesis, right? So this is logical to have that similarity in terms of the peaks. Then when you look at the absorption spectrum, the lowest absorption is in the range of 500 plus to 600 plus. That's where the green color is, right? And that also corresponds to the lowest rate of photosynthesis, because green color light is absorbed the least, right? So therefore, driving photosynthesis the least. Okay, and you also see the importance of the accessory pigments, especially the carotenoids, because again there are so many different types of carotenoids, right? So they do have a broader peak, as you can see, and that will help to increase, right, the range of wavelengths that can be absorbed, and increase the range of wavelengths that have a higher rate of photosynthesis. Okay, so now a question, yeah. So just now we mentioned, right, that green light is absorbed the least, right, reflected mostly, right, especially by chlorophylls. Why is there still quite not say very high, but still some, right, rate of photosynthesis occurring in the region where green light is? Let's think about it, yeah. So the answer is, right, that the absorption spectrum shows green light is while green light is not absorbed very well, there's some absorption, very little, but still have. So that drives a slower rate of photosynthesis, and also, right, the absorption spectrum that you see only includes the chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and a bunch of carotenoids. There may be other pigments that is not reflected in this absorption spectrum, right? So there may be other pigments that helps to absorb a bit more of the green light. So overall, green light still gives us a base rate of photosynthesis.